Hi again guys, I'm back with another unboxing. I think this has come from HK Now store. Again, I'm actually waiting for a few orders at the moment, so I'm not entirely certain which orders are arriving. And then there's nothing on this to tell me it is HK Now store, like you normally get that kind of blue tapey stuff tied around it in a bow, which this hasn't got for some reason, or either they didn't put it on or it's fallen off in transit, but I'll soon find out. Yeah, I can see from the contents that it is. So yeah, this is the one of the Dayan Gem puzzles. You can see from the box, which is quite battered actually. It's the Dayan Gem IV, which is one of the ones in the series that obviously I don't own so far. Yep. Shouldn't be anything else in there. So yeah, this has come from HK Now store. It's the only place I could find it in black. All the others have sold out of it, as far as I could tell, apart from in other colours. And if you know my channel and my puddles by now, you will know that I much prefer my puddles in black. So this is the same shape as all the other gems. You have a square surrounded by 4 hexagons on each position you can turn it to. The squares and the hexagons do vary in size, and not all the hexagons are regular. I don't think they are on this one either, actually. So, see if I remember where this turns. I don't think the squares turn on this one, and that seems about right at the moment. So yeah, you get the hexagonal shallow face turn. It turns quite catchily at the moment, actually, although it does feel like it might break in a little bit. But it does kind of feel a bit squishy. You get some puddles that's, because of the way the mechanism works, you can kind of press things in a little bit, and it just causes a few turning problems. And you might see, if you're not already aware, you'll see right now why that might be, and that's because you've got a very deep cut which goes right through the centre of the puzzle, which I suspect is going to make this one rather difficult to solve. So basically, on each direction, you've got a shallow cut on the left, sorry, a right even, can't tell my left from right now, that's good. A shallow cut on the left, a shallow cut on the right, and of course the deep cut through the middle. And that's going to be on every face where you can get a square there, sort of thing, or there indeed. So you've got a hexagonal face there, a hexagonal face there, and the deep cut turn through the middle. That's really cool. The deep cut turn actually turns really well. That's excellent turning actually. There's no problems with that whatsoever. So you've got that parallel with every hexagonal face, and there's what, 2, 4, 6, 8 hexagonal faces. So you've got that deep cut in 4 different planes. Because obviously those 8 faces each time you've got that, you've got those hexagonal faces on opposite sides of the puzzle at the time, so it's halfway between the 2 hexagonal faces. So you've got 4 of those deep cut turns. It's very cool. I love that. I love the way that turns out. I really don't know what to expect from this one, to be honest. I can't remember reading whether it's a difficult one or a relatively easy one or not. I don't know if this one jumbled. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't seem to. Obviously that's a 120-degree turn, which is fine, but no, you don't seem to be able to do the 60-degree turns. They've got nothing there whatsoever, so that's fine. I didn't think this one did, but some of them do, so I wanted to check. So yeah, so I get this one scrambled. Yeah, let's get this one scrambled. To hell with practicing on it first. Let's see what we can do, see what it looks like. That is very cool. I love that deep turn. That's just seems really unusual. It's just not something you normally get. I mean, other than on like a scube, that's about the only other place you really see something like that. So it's very cool. I keep trying to turn the square faces because I'm so used to be able to turn those on these gem puzzles. It takes a bit of getting used to realise that I can't do that. Yeah, this is nice. I like this a lot. As I said, I do expect this one to be quite challenging. But I've been wrong about that in the past. Found things a bit easier than I expected on other puzzles before, and I've also found things a lot harder than I expected as well. So you can't really rely on your opinion before trying to solve it on things like that, I don't think. Oh, why don't I want to turn? There we go. Okay then, I think we're about there. Maybe the orange face needs a bit more work actually. Yep, I think I can call that one. Oh no, maybe not. Those ones need to be done something with. I see. Something that's interesting that's occurring to me straight away is you can't actually move all of the triangles off. You've got these triangles that are part of the square face on and the edge sort of thing. The only way to move those off their faces with the deep cut turn. You can't do that with any other turn, because a single turn of face puts it back on another square one which can't be turned. So that's something that I think might be important to the solve, because obviously if you can only take them off that way, you can only put them back on that way as well. Okay, I'm going to call that scrambled now. I think I will go away and play with this for a while. Might be quite some time, and I'll get back to you when I've done so. Alright then, so as you can see, the Gem 4 is now solved again. This one I found a bit tricky. I must admit, I ended up having to look up a bit of a hint towards the solution for this one. The problem for me was I had an approach in mind, and that approach didn't turn out to be very fruitful. I just couldn't do it the way I was trying to do it. But I kind of had it set in my head that that was the way I wanted to try and solve it. So I had a look at a little tutorial on YouTube. Only watched it for about 10 seconds, just got an idea of what I needed to do, and as soon as I got that was it. I was away and I got it solved perfectly well by then. And that's, when I am stuck on a puzzle, that's kind of how I like to go about it, is just get a little bit of a hint and see if that gives me enough of an idea to figure out how to solve it from there onwards, rather than actually watching the whole thing and being told exactly how to do everything. I'll just look for a hint and then try and figure it out myself from there. It's much more fun, I think, that way. So anyway, the thoughts on the puzzle. It's quite a tricky one. The difficulty I had in particular was getting these kind of, if you see this deep cut, it splits what normally looks like an edge, these two triangles, and getting those paired up and with corners, that was the bit I was really struggling with. But once I got an idea of that, I was able to solve the rest of the puzzle without too much difficulty. But yeah, it's definitely a fun one. The turning quality of these slices is absolutely fine. These face turns on the hexagons are not great. They tend to be a little bit catchy, and if you're not careful, I did have one pop and having to reassemble the whole thing quite close to the start of my trying to solve this. I've actually had it for quite a few weeks now, even though I haven't posted the video, because it's two reasons. One, I was struggling to solve it, and two, I haven't actually had much time lately to spend on puzzles, so it's taken me a while to actually get around to uploading this. But yeah, it's okay as long as you're a little bit careful with these hexagons. If you're kind of mixing two hexagons, you don't get it lined up quite right, you will find it has quite a tendency to triumph up, so you do have to be a little bit careful with it. It's fine as long as you're careful, but if you're trying to do things quickly, then you might have a problem. But other than that, it's a very fun puzzle. It's a great addition to the collection, great addition to the gem family. I really enjoy all the gem puzzles, and this is no exception. So it's well worth getting, and it's definitely a challenging one, I think. It's, as I said, I just couldn't get it into my head exactly the order to solve things in, and as soon as I knew that, basically, I knew. I managed to solve it, as I've said several times now. So yeah, definitely a fun one. If you've got the other gems before this, there were 1, 2 and 3, then this one's definitely worth having a go as well. Yeah, it should offer a decent challenge to you, even if you've solved all the other gem puzzles. It doesn't work like any of the others, so you don't use the same processes or anything. So yeah, it's definitely one that requires some new thought. Alright then, guys. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Please hit that like button if you like my videos. It only takes a second and it helps my videos to get viewed by other people. And thanks very much for watching. I will see you next time.